Hey guys, I'm Necro Ninja here with a Minecraft mod showcase, and if you saw my last video, you may have noticed that I mentioned I'll be doing a very popular mod next week, but I decided, nah, this is way too fun, I'm gonna do it early. So that popular mod that I was talking about is BALKON'S Weapons. Either I haven't seen very many reviews on it, or I just am not looking at YouTube very much, but it is a really cool mod. It adds 24 new items, most of them weapons. Again, don't worry, next mod I do will not be weapons. That's guaranteed. Now, let's just get right down into it. Now, first off is the spear. It doesn't have to be made of iron. It can be made of wood, stone, iron, diamond, or gold. And you craft that with whatever material you want, and then 2 sticks. Now, with the spear, it does the same amount of damage if you hit something with it or if you throw the spear. So yeah, you can throw the spear at people. Spear! Spears. Alright, next up we have the halberd. Now, when I first heard the word halberd from this mod, I'm just like, gee, what the heck is a halberd? Well, it's apparently a mixture of an axe and a spear. So you can decide to hit people with the axe part, and it'll do more damage, but it has a shorter range. Or you can right-click with it and switch it around. So this time you're using the spear part, which you can hit people from a longer distance, but it does less damage than the actual axe part. And this can be crafted with wood, stone, iron, diamond, or gold as well. So next up we have the knife, the throwing knife to be exact. And this can be crafted with wood, stone, iron, diamond, gold, or a stick. And a stick. And this crafting recipe is small enough that you don't even need a crafting table to make it. You just need 2 slots. So you can stab with it like you would if you were like playing Assassin's Creed or something. Or you can throw it like a throwing knife. And it does a fair amount of damage. And it does lose durability when you throw it. I just have infinite throws because I'm in creative, and that deal was bad, so he deserved to die. So there you go, the knife. Next up is the battle axe, and many people should know what this does. This is basically just like a sword. You can block with it, you can hit stuff with it, and you can just nya. And I don't know, I'm pretty sure the thing that's different about this from a sword, it does like a bit more damage, and it like you can hit with it faster or something. That would make sense. So there you go, the battle axe. Next up we have hammer, warhammer. It's hammer time.
Hammer time.
So yeah. Oh, he has a little baby. I'm gonna kill your baby. Dead babies! Dead babies! So you can either hit with the Warhammer or a special thing that it does, but most servers decide to go ahead and disable this ability. But if you hold down, right click with it, it'll charge this up and you hit the ground with it. It's like a little explosion. It does a lot of damage, but it does use up its durability quite a bit. And you can craft that with wood, stone, iron, diamond, or gold. Next up we have the flail. This can be crafted with stone, wood, iron, diamond, gold, 2 sticks, and 2 string. Now, it does what you think a flail would do. You right click with it, and a spike ball appears! Oh. I don't hit shift, which is it. I think it bugs up. Nope. It was just my eyes. So, you can just go ahead and right click. There's your flail. And you can right click to throw it again, and you can just keep doing that. It will use up durability, and yeah. And I don't know if you can like swing around and then use that to gain momentum, but I don't think so. And yeah. There you go, the flail. Now, let's move on to some more aerial projectiles. Now, the javelin isn't exactly aerial. Well, it can be. It's basically just like a nerfed, no, not nerfed, a beefed up spear. So instead of using one of those 5 resources, instead you use flint to make 2 javelins. Now you can stab with it, of course. It's villagers must bring me like bad luck or something because that happened in my last video. So the chest is back to normal, and I kind of figured out in the process the javelin isn't really meant for stabbing. It's only meant for throwing. Yeah, you can throw these just like you would the spears, except you charge them up and then throw. So that's kind of where they got the whole sport of javelin in the Olympics. So you charge it up instead of just like right-clicking and throwing. And okay, that was like an epic miss. Okay, so it does take a little while for them to die. Next we have the dynamite. Now, what the dynamite does, it's just a throwable TNT with a smaller explosion. So let's throw one right now. It does seem a little bit bugged, but it has a small explosion. But then again, it's throwable. I don't know if you can actually like rig it up with dispensers so that if the dispenser dispenses out a dynamite, if it'll actually ignite it in the process. So you need 1 string and 2 gunpowder to make 2 dynamite. So next up we have the boomerang. The boomerang. So with this you need 4 wood planks and then one of those materials. Once again, it's one of those that you can just use wood, stone, iron, diamond, or gold. Now, I mean, it's a freaking boomerang, so you can just take a wild guess what it does. Now, it may look like right now I'm blocking with it, but really I'm charging up my throw. So once I let go, out will go the boomerang. But once it hits its target, it'll instantly come back to you. And the longer you hold it down, the farther it'll go. So that was a long hold. And here it comes. And here's a really short one. So it just like goes to the ground. And so if you just like right click with it, it won't fly at all and it'll just go to the ground, stick to whatever block. And that is not good. Wrong chest. That is not it either. This is it. Okay. Now, some people might be disappointed that Minecraft doesn't have any guns, so then download this mod. You can tell right here's gun stock. You know right away that there's going to be some guns in this. So to craft this, you need 2 stick and an oak wood plank. Now, with the gun stock, it obviously does nothing. But when crafted with a musket barrel or a blunderbuss barrel, it'll make one of 2 guns. Now, depending on what gun you want, you have to make the barrel for it. Now, if you want to make a musket, you have to make the musket barrel, and with that, you need 2 iron ingots and 1 flint and steel. If you want to make a blunderbuss, if you even know what that is, you can take 4 iron ingots and a flint and steel, craft it like that, and you get either a musket barrel or a blunderbuss barrel. And the use for those, you craft that with a gun stock to get either a musket or a blunderbuss. Now let's get these 2 out. And for them, I mean, they're freaking guns, you need ammunition. If you have a musket and you want ammunition for that, you need 1 iron ingot, 1 gunpowder, and 1 paper, and you'll get 8 musket rounds. If you have a blunderbuss and you want ammunition for that, you take 1 gravel, 1 gunpowder, and 1 paper to make 8 blunderbuss shots. Now, let me set the time today really quickly. Alright. So, let's just go ahead and spawn in this villager. Now, I think we should start with the musket. Now, you have to hold it down. It'll load it up. You'll have a little charging effect. And we have Bob here at point blank. And I believe this takes 2 shots to kill this guy. Yeah, it was 2 shots. Now, the blunderbuss isn't exactly for a long range. It's for short range only. And it brings out 10 little explosive things. No, not explosives. It brings out 10 little pellets that if you... God, why can't I fly? There. That if they hit something, they do a lot of damage. Now, you can use the musket for long range. let's go ahead and aim for that villager. See? Killed him right away. So the farther away it is, the more damage it does. But if you try to use a blunderbuss, it's not going to be as accurate. See? It didn't hit him, and I was like right on him. So if you're a sniper or whatever, I would suggest not using the blunderbuss. I'd go with the musket. So next up is, yeah, we went through that. So next up we have, we're going a bit medieval here, crossbows. Now for this you need a bow, 4 iron ingots, and 2 oak wood planks. And for it, it doesn't take arrows. Instead you actually need crossbow bolts, which costs 1 iron ingot and 1 feather to make 4 bolts. So I believe what this does, you hold it down, it'll put in a little bolt, and then you hold down 4, or whatever item slot that the crossbow is not in. So right now it's already loaded. So if I ever need to snipe something, I can go ahead and throw it down because the bolt's already in there. Now the bolts fly farther and faster than an actual arrow, so it's pretty good for archery or whatever. Now let's go ahead and put this back. And we move on to the 3 unique-ish things about this mod. Now, here we have the blowgun. Now, if you've seen like those really, really old movies where there's like these swamp people chasing these other people, they have these blowguns that when you hit someone with them, I gotta get out a little test dummy. That if you hit someone with them, it poisons them. Oh my god, I didn't know. That's great. And they do need ammunition as well. So you need poisonous darts. You get 4 of them by crafting them with a stick, a cactus, and a feather. The blowgun you need 3 sugarcane to make, because sugarcane is hollow. Now we have what is possibly the most powerful weapon in the game, yet, in my opinion, the hardest to use, the cannon. Now for the cannon you need 5 iron ingots, a flint and steel, and an oak wood plank. Well, no, not plank, just a log of some sort. Now for this you actually need to have some cannonballs on hand, and then some sulfur that is in materials. And to make the cannonballs you need 5 stone. Now, I mean, it's a freaking cannon. You can't fire it like straight from your hotbar. You actually have to place it down. And you have a 3-dimensional cannon. And that's pretty cool. So you can right click to hop on it. And you look really weird. So you got to make sure you have some gunpowder in your inventory to actually use this, because it needs a little explosion to propel the cannonball. Now, let's go ahead and grab a cannonball, and you right-click the cannon with it. Now listen. It loads the cannonball. Now, if you want to fire with it, whenever you're ready, you hit Shift, or whatever your sneak button is. And it'll go ahead and fire that off. And you're a little riding on the cannon, going. Let's see if we can do a William Tell here. Yep, William Tell. And it does do block damage. You can actually... I didn't mean to do that. It actually does do block damage. You can, I believe, disable that in like some file that it mentioned. What you looking at? Get off the chest. Oh, I forgot to put these in, but here's the fire stick, which I think I'll just get the 2 out. Alright, so it's under weapons. And we have the fire stick and the training dummy as these. Now, this is how you'd craft a fire stick. Just like the javelin or the spears. Instead, a torch at the very top. So, as you may guess, it sets your target on fire. And it also has like this little smoke effect when you're holding it. So that's pretty cool. And it's supposed to be a one-time use, but because I'm in creative, it's not. Next up we have the training dummy, which is crafted with a leather tunic, a wool, 2 wheat, and 1 stick. Now, to use this, yeah, it's 5. You just right-click the ground with it, and boom, you got a training dummy. He's dumb. Get it? See what I did there? He's dumb. He's a dummy. Get it? Okay, that sucked. Now, let's show you what exactly this thing can do. It's not dangerous in any way. It's only, but it is only for firing. Its sole purpose is to be there and you annihilate. See, I just fired. Well, that may have like epically failed, but I mean, let's just put it this way: it cannot be damaged like by projectiles or swords or whatever, except it can die by like fall damage and stuff. By fall damage, fire, and explosions. If you want to pick it up, you just right-click it again, and then you get the training dummy little thing back. And yeah, I believe that's it for this mod. So I will leave the link to the mod in the description. It is really cool. Make sure to click the link. Just at least look at it. Even if you can't have mods, take a look at it. It's really, really cool. So make sure to subscribe to my channel. Leave a like if you feel that you actually do like it. And yeah, peace out.